Wow, slim pickings.
Is he gone then?
Yeah, turned around and left without taking a request.
Let's go talk in the back. A young male adventurer with black hair and dark eyes. The infamous Yuji.
That's right. He was one of our potential targets for assassination.
In the end, headquarters didn't seem to think he was all that much of a concern to us. According to the opinion of a pair of fringe assassins. You're really saying we can trust the likes of them here? Because I say we're better off eliminating him while we still can.
We could, but it'd stir up trouble. And if we end up blowing the Blue Moon of Salvation's cover when we do it, these years of careful scheming will be for nothing. Why do you think we went so far as to get our hands on an artificial rain machine?
But that plan didn't really work out though, did it? Sure, it rained a little bit, but someone there took down the fire dragon before it made it to the town.
Well, I say we should inform Master Walter before we make any serious moves.
Master Walter? As you wish. I'll wait outside. So, Father Style, you had a revelation?
Yes, and we have been in hiding here awaiting your arrival.
I found out that the guild here seems to be in the Blue Moon of Salvation's hands.
It would appear so, but we are safe in this place.
I sure hope so. The Blue Moon seemed to be pretty aware of your existence.
In that regard, there is something I think you must know. About my past. The history I share with a man known as Walter. There was once a group known as the Church of the Blue Moon. It's not something I'm proud of, but I was once a much more unruly man than you might imagine. It all started as a sort of act, you see. A show we put on sometimes. Something we did to honor our fallen comrades. But soon we found followers among the outcast and downtrodden. People who believed in the things we said. And one among their number was the man you know as Walter. He was a man possessed of extreme faith. One who willingly poured every ounce of his soul into reverence for the divine. The people welcomed him, and before long he stood as my right-hand man. Or at least, so I was led to believe by Walter and his acolytes. Truth is, his ambitions ran wild, and he found my presence quite disagreeable. One day, the divine above graced me with guidance. It bade me dismantle the organization I had built, tear down the Church of the Blue Moon. Unable to give up my closest companions in such a fashion, I chose in my arrogance not to heed this command. And then, mere days later, the church was attacked. My companions allowed me my escape, but everyone else met their end. The divine word I had received was meant to warn me of this event. The attack was nothing less than an attempt to take over the Church of the Blue Moon by brute force, and was led by Walter. He twisted the faith of our followers to suit his needs. He convinced them to take the teachings we'd spent so many years refining to the absolute extreme limit, and then focused their energies on cleansing this world we all share. And that was the birth of the Blue Moon of Salvation. Walter and his people appear to have taken full control of this region, and have concocted seemingly wicked plans. I came here to warn you of this, to show you the danger you're in.
I never would have guessed that this cult started with you.
That fact is why I feel such a duty in this case. The revelation which led me here may have been the Divine's way of commanding me to do what I can to put a stop to Walter's ways. Earlier, I received word from above yet again.
That man was really the emissary?
Johann,
It's just, why didn't you tell him the whole revelation if you think it's true? There was more to it than you said.
I told him what I did to protect him. For if he were to know the full truth, I believe that he would surely turn his back to the divine word.
Master Walter, our lookouts relayed that Style met with the man who may be the emissary. He was seen today in Ordarian.
The Tamer, is it? I trust we're ready?
Yes, sir. All of our arrangements are in place.
Be gone, then.
Yes, sir.
Great Divine, speak to me. Chaos soon shall rise anew. The masses led astray by a tainted light. Guide the emissary to their fate, and grace shall belong to you once again. Then by the death of you who offers guidance shall the sage arise. So death awaits the guide of the sage.
Walter and Style. I understand their story, but me, a divine emissary? I only have this thing because Style gave it to me. He goes on about these legends, but... legends.
I didn't know magic like that truly existed. However, I think I heard about it at one of the churches before. We were told the legend of a mighty beastmaster, one who could use slimes to transport things.
I forgot about that. Better ask about it tomorrow. Wait, so he's gone?
Yes. Seems he was called away by pressing matters. He left here along with his aide at the break of dawn this morning.
Well, there goes that idea.
We headed out?
Yes, we are. Just for a bit. Slimes,
Yeah? Need something?
any of you see two people in holy robes leave town? One would have had a head full of white hair.
I can't say that I have.
Anyone else?
Nope. Haven't seen them. I did. They left extra early this morning.
Headed off deep into the woods.
All right. I want you to follow their tracks and find them. Feel free to bring any slimes you find in the forest along with you if you need.
Roger!
We got this!
Let's head out.
Right with you.
Father, look! There's something up ahead.
Indeed. A curse placed by the wicked hands of wicked men. O gods of old, grant me your ancient strength. Upon this barrier of darkness, lend your liberating light. I ask you this, so I may cast away the darkness of chaos. We are ready to proceed.
Mm-hmm.
They do not appear to be in this vicinity.
They weren't over here. Or here. Where did they go? There's no one over here.
I know I said they could bring along help, but isn't this a bit much?
I saw a man with white hair. He went into this really dark place.
What sort of dark place?
I know that place. It's super scary. No one can get inside. Even if you did, you'd never get out.
Sounds like a bad sort of spot. Show me the way.
This looks bad, sir.
It certainly appears that they have no intention of letting us through peacefully. Anti-magic barrier, defense booth. Divine grace be with us.
Oh, this the place?
Yup, the super dark place. They went inside here. It's so spooky. Doesn't look too inviting.
Dispel curse, extreme! All right, follow me.
Right with you.
Let's go!
It's been quite some time, hasn't it, Style?
Yes, Walter.
I assume the Holy Word has led you to us.
By the death of you who offers guidance, shall the sage arise. I come here knowing just what that means for me. But this time, I will at last do what has been asked of me. Turning my back on my responsibilities has cost the lives of all those I held dear once. I will not make that same mistake again.
Let us grant you what you come ready to receive, then.
They're all out cold.
Wow, look at that!
What happened?
Not bad, Style. You've reminded me of our old days.
I ask that you not judge me lightly. I stand strong now as I did then.
So it would seem, which is why I've spent so much time and prepared so carefully for this moment.
When did you learn to use magic? Johan. Now it's all so clear. You are simply using me to lead the emissary to this place. Which means I've been dancing in your hands this entire time, doesn't it?
Everything started with a single magic stone. We left one in the wild, but someone managed to lift the curse we placed on it. My mission at that time was simply to eliminate whoever it was, before they could interfere with our plans. But they turned out to be far more powerful than we could have ever possibly imagined. The monsters we created to kill them were absolutely no match whatsoever. And just when we were struggling to identify them, the moon turned blue and an ancient dragon descended upon us from the sky. I'm certain I don't need to tell you what unfolded next. Isn't that right, Johan?
Yes, sir. Father Style bestowed upon the emissary the sacred dagger of Kethis. After hearing the Divine's words, he took the dagger away from the capital. We can be certain that the emissary used the dagger's powers to defeat the ancient beast. From that night on, the two of us have remained in hiding. I imagine he was worried that we would expose the emissary's identity to the Blue Moon of Salvation if we remained in contact with him. But even still, the emissary pursued the cause on his own and fought off the henchmen we sent after him. And then, when our next plan sought to use the dragon's grace, to harness the power of the great, slumbering fire dragon for our own ends, the dragon was defeated, and our plans foiled once again.
It's all true. The emissary is more powerful than I ever imagined. He has saved us from certain peril time and again.
But all of that ends right here, because our little operation has graduated to its next level. By the new word of our Divine, we will finally achieve the world we've all strived for these many years. It is done. Watch and despair, Style. Your efforts are naught but smoke in the wind. This tainted world will look on helplessly as you perish here. Then the great Divine will stand on our side.
My life was meant to be given up for the emissary. I fear not the end which approaches for me. I offer my life for all our companions who fell by your wickedness. Should I die tonight, the emissary shall appear and see that each of your schemes are all brought to their end.
If you truly wish to die before knowing the truth, far be it from me to deny you.
What's this?
Each and every one of my loyal followers have been cursed from the very beginning.
So this is the tainted light. How wicked can you be to do this? To curse your very own people?
Style, old friend, how I have longed to see that face. A face full of hatred and abject disgrace. It pleases me greatly to see you now at your very end.
Excuse me, Father Style. There's something I need to ask you. I guess now's not really a good time, huh?